Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing well today. I have noticed something and I have an insight and encouragement I'd like to share with everyone. And I think you can relate to this whether you are considering early retirement or you are already retired. But while I was preparing to retire, I had this mental list of things that I needed to take care of or I wanted to accomplish leading up to retirement. Now, I've been retired for about 3 months now, so it's still early in the game, but I find myself not really getting around to that mental list of things that I really need to take care of once I was retired. And I think that's really my main point. There are some things that you just don't want to do. And when you're still working and you're thinking about retirement, you're using that as an excuse, saying, well, when I retire, I'll have enough time to ... And the reality is, when you are retired, there's going to be a lot of things that you really are interested in doing. And those are going to be the things that you really spend your time on. And there's going to be those things that you know you really should do, but you're not getting around to them. It's not good. Don't do it. I have a couple of examples I'll share with you. Back in the mid 80s, when I was a teenager, I really wanted a high quality 35 millimeter camera. And so I saved up, did extra jobs and chores, and saved up about $300. I went out and bought a Pentax K1000 35 millimeter camera. And I also got a zoom lens. I think it was maybe an 80 to 200 millimeter zoom lens, something along those lines. And again, I spent about $300, which was quite a bit of money. And this is the mid 80s we're talking about. And I love the camera. I used it on trips. But over time, I stopped using it. And here it sits today in the back of my closet. And I just could never bring myself to get rid of the camera, even though I know I'll never use it again. I think part of it's just because it was one of the very first large purchases I saved up for and purchased myself. So it has some sentimental value. However, to the rest of my family, it's meaningless. So I really need to take the time to figure out what to do with that camera, whether I donate it or maybe list it on eBay, but I really should go ahead and get rid of that camera. Second example, back in my freshman year of college, it was 1991, I had a couple of good friends who were really big comic book collectors. And they got me into purchasing a bunch of first edition comic books that came out in 1991. So I purchased a bunch of comic books. I took really good care of them. I bagged and backed all of them and kept them in boxes. And I really thought after I moved away from home that my parents had gotten rid of that box of comic books, so I kind of forgot about it. And then when I was cleaning out my dad's house a few years back, I found this old crate filled with these comic books. And, I looked through them, I reminisced, I showed them to my kids, I shared them with some friends who collected comic books back in the day, and that was fun and all, but they're still sitting in the back of my closet. And I really should do something about it. I should get them out, and they're probably not worth much of anything, maybe a couple dollars each. I don't know, maybe $5 or $10, maybe not. But really, I should be the one that gets out, catalogs those comic books, sells them on eBay, donates them, takes them to a comic book shop and sells them. I'm sure, you have similar type things in your life. Just stuff, really, from growing up or from your history. And it means something to you, but not really to anyone else. And if you don't take care of it, you really have two choices, right? You can either get the stuff out and deal with it yourself, or someone else has got to deal with it. Maybe your spouse, maybe your kids, whoever's going to inherit your stuff when you're gone. If you don't deal with it, they're going to have to deal with it. And really, I am uniquely qualified to deal with my own stuff. I understand where it came from, the value it has, and I should not leave that to my spouse and my kids to take care of. And my encouragement is for you guys to do the same. You have things in your life that you are uniquely qualified to deal with that stuff, that old stuff in your life that you know you really need to get rid of. So if you haven't retired yet, my encouragement is don't wait until you're retired. Don't use that as an excuse to not do the things that you know you need to do, dealing with stuff, putting off things that you don't really want to do. Just understand that you don't really want to do it and go ahead and do something with it. And if you are retired, well, doubly goes for you as well. Go ahead, prioritize taking care of the stuff that you know you need to take care of, that you are uniquely qualified to deal with. Don't leave that to your loved ones to deal with after you're gone. Just don't do it. I've had to deal with so much stuff that my parents left me that I had no idea why they kept it. And it probably had some sort of value, sentimental value, or there was some story or history behind it. And me and my siblings, we just have no idea. If you have things like that in your life, get them out. Write down the history or share it with your kids. Document it in some way. So if they're going through your stuff someday when you're gone, they'll understand why mom or dad or sister or brother kept that stuff. And so it doesn't have to be such a mystery. It would be, I know, a real blessing for the loved ones to inherit your stuff if they really understood why you held on to that. And if it's stuff that have no value to you, that you don't really care about, please get rid of it. Donate it to someone who can use it. Don't let it sit in your closet, in your house, in your storage building for years and decades just to have to be dealt with and discovered down the road by someone else. Just don't do it. And for that matter, let's use the same concept in dealing with relationships. Maybe there's travel, there's things you want to do in life. And if you want to do them, go ahead and do them. If there are trips you can take before you retire, go ahead and take them. Don't wait till you're retired. If there's things you can knock out before you're retired, my encouragement is go ahead and do it now. Don't wait. There is no guarantee for tomorrow. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. By the way, my name is Walter, and this channel exists for those considering early retirement, planning for retirement, or just want to live a life of financial freedom. If you found this message helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. It really does help get the message out to others. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye.